Trap was 60 minutes away from actually being truly a great movie. Now that gives you 40 minutes that's really good, but it could have been better. Now, hate him or love him, one thing is guaranteed when it comes to M. Night Shyamalan. He's going to give you something to talk about. Good, bad, there will always be a debate when it comes to his movies, and Trap is definitely no different. It contains all the ingredients that you know and love when it comes to Shyamalan, but it is stylistically a little different, and that's what makes it very entertaining, you know. And let's dive into the plot, guys. Now, the movie focuses on a dad taking his daughter to a pop star concert. Now, later on, you find out that dude is actually a serial killer. No spoilers because that was in the trailer. I'm just saying. The police close in, so it's a cat and mouse game. Am I going to make it out? What's going to happen? Pretty interesting stuff. And that is where the movie is at its best. When you see Josh's character, the butcher, you know, just trying to figure out how am I going to be one step ahead of the police, you know, try and figure out how this is going to play out. That is the most intriguing part of the movie. And I feel like that's basically the best bits that they showed off in the trailer. And this is the 40 minutes that I'm talking about where the movie works very well. This is Shyamalan at his best, you know, when he cranks up the tension and you don't know what's going to happen next. And that is where the movie works. Now, it's the middle and the third act of the movie that just spoils everything for me, guys. Like, that first section is really good, but when it gets to the latter half of the movie, things become pretty predictable, and I feel like that's where the movie just falls short, you know. Anybody trying to figure out how this thing plays out probably has it summed up like 90% of what happens at the end of the movie, which is unfortunate. And I mean, if it's an M. Night Shyamalan movie, I never thought I'd say this, but it's pretty predictable when it comes to the end of the movie. And it leans into, look, we are at a concert, yeah, you know, it's a pop star concert. It leans into that aspect of the movie, and I didn't want it to go that direction, but it goes that direction. So it takes away from the entire experience. And I was on the edge of my seat with the first half of the movie. I'm not gonna lie, it was really good. The tension, the build up, everything, you know. It could have actually, they could turn this into a video game, if I'm being honest. It could be like Metal Gear Solid The Butcher. You know, it's stealth, you know, lurking in the shadows, trying to figure out chess moves, you know, putting the pieces into place. I love that about the movie. But when it gets to that point, you know, the pop star, Taylor Swift element, that's just where the movie falls short for me, personally. I'm just saying. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but you'll know exactly what I'm talking about when you watch the movie. I just want to talk about Josh having this renaissance in Hollywood, you know, making, I don't know if you could call it a comeback, but he was missing for a long time. And having him come back, you know, and be the lead in a movie is brilliant to watch. And he absolutely nails this role as the butcher. You know, this movie, make no mistake, this movie doesn't work if his performance is not on point. You know, I love the way he interacts with his daughter, you know, being a dad, you know, sweet, humble, you know, just being in his element when he's a dad. But then things switch just like that when it goes into butcher mode. And watching Josh with the facial expressions and how he handles that switch is brilliant. And I find that to be the most entertaining part of the movie because he looks deranged. He has that look on his face where you're like, this guy's not okay. And that's down to his brilliant performance. And that is the standout for me when it comes to the movie. And another aspect in the movie that works very well is the cinematography. I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of close-up shots, you know, aerial shots, you know, like the way Shyamalan set up this movie, brilliant, you know, it helps with the tension. And I haven't seen this from him before. He's normally a director that focuses on a particular type of shot. I know he likes the close-up shots, but this is the first time I actually see him utilize the camera in a unique way. I think this was shot on 35 millimeter. It looks brilliant. It looks stunning, and the sound design as well, guys. Look, the sound design needs to be good because you're dealing with serial killer here, so things need to be on edge. There needs to be that tension, and those elements work well together, the visual aspect and the sound design. And that is another aspect that I can't knock the movie for. And this could have been great, guys. I'm being really honest. For a minute when I was watching this, I was like, yes, Shyamalan is back, dude. We're about to have another hit on our hands. And then the middle and the third act just disappointed me, guys. Now, there is good and there is bad, and I'm just a little bit disappointed, guys. The screenplay is a bit of a letdown, and there's a few pacing issues. If the pacing was, at the same rate throughout the entire movie, it would have actually made it even better. There's just a few issues, guys. It's a little disappointing to think that this could have been better and it just falls short. Now, when it comes to a rating, this one, I'll give it a 2.5 out of 5, guys. I'm split down the middle, and I feel like it's a fair rating, and it was close to a 3. It leaned on a 3, but there's just a few elements that's missing that could have truly made this a great experience. Now, this is one of those movies that I recommend that you watch in a theater, because of that visual aspect, ratio, and the sound design. It's going to create a great atmosphere. And, it's been a great year so far for serial killer movies. You have Long Legs, and now you have Trap. Trap is just a little bit under Long Legs in terms of the experience. But then also, look, when it comes to the serial killer genre, it's a genre that you can make a mess of very easily. I have a review coming out for Boneyard. My word. I watched Damaged. Oh my word. So this falls in the good category, guys. Brilliant. M. Night Shyamalan, I'd love to see what he does next. And you also have his daughter that's also in the mix now. So I'd love to see what he does next. Like I said before, he's a very divisive director. Some people love his work. Some people absolutely despise his work. And Knock at the Cabin wasn't that bad. Old was a bit of a mixed bag, but this is definitely a somewhat return to form. It's a much better movie than what you would come to expect from him. Definitely going to spark a conversation, and sometimes that's what you need. Watch a movie and you're like, okay, this is good, but it could have been better. And that is the major letdown for me. Now, I'd like to know what you guys think about this movie. Are you a M. Night Shyamalan fan? I still think The Sixth Sense was, Sixth Sense and Unbreakable. Those are two movies that I hold in very high regard. Those are the two M. Night Shyamalan movies that I can always go back to. And that's the moment where I feel like he hit his pinnacle, So these couple of last movies has always just felt to me like it's just trying to rekindle that flame. This is a decent effort, if I'm being honest. It's pretty decent, And that's it for me, guys. Trap. Bees in a trap. Yes. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, guys. Please let me know what you guys think about Trap. Almost missed opportunity. And I will definitely catch you guys on the next video.